Hi, it's Cian from the Stretch Space. I want to share a breathing practice with you all as we go through and navigate these turbulent times. There's a lot going on in the world now, it's a little bit crazy. There's a lot of information coming, and what's happening is natural, is that our nervous systems are getting activated and we can become a little fearful or wanting to hide or run away. This is activating the fight or flight side of the nervous system. Usually what happens is the breath is impacted in some way, and this is a really good signal to tune into. Oftentimes the breath will become high, shallow, tend to hold it sometimes, and it's just really something to tune into because it's a signal from the body that something is off in the nervous system. And if that goes unchecked for a long time, it's going to be a bigger problem down the road. So this is what's going on now, is something that is continuous and changing every day. So as we tune into the breath, the first thing is just to notice, does the breath, is it shallow, is it fast? How does it feel? So the first thing we're going to do is bring the breath into the belly. Just placing the hands on the belly and breathing low and deep rather than short, shallow and high. This can help us become more grounded, feel more at home, feel safer and more in our bodies. And just notice what goes on in the mind here. If we do even 5 breaths, does the mind wander? Does it start to speak a story? Maybe I'm not doing this right. I need to check the news, etc. Just notice that. And that's another signal, that's something to check in on, is can we be present with ourselves for 5 breaths, 10 breaths, regardless of what's going on outside. So next, now that we're connecting to the belly, we can start to bring the breath a bit more radial, like we're filling up a balloon, so it's going to be belly and sides. Placing the hands like this, we can get both areas, belly, sides. Letting go. As we breathe deeper, we're receiving more oxygen. And oxygen is the thing that keeps us alive the most. It's the thing that if we stop receiving, will be the first thing to kill us. More than water and more than food. So breathing shallow is kind of saying to the nervous system that we're not really open to receiving all that's available. So we start to breathe deeper in a relaxed way. And as we start to fill up the belly, we can naturally allow that to rise up into the chest for a little bit of a deeper breath. And what we're doing here is we're building a relationship with our breath. There's no perfect way to breathe. It doesn't need to look like my breath, it doesn't need to look like anybody else's breath. It's something that we can just consciously train to become a little bit more optimal. And I encourage you to do this as a practice in the morning before you check the news, before you check the social media. And from here, there's many places we can go with breathwork, but this is the first point, the first place to start. Let us know if you have any questions or comments, or we can help in any way.